One of the most uncomfortable things out there for an NRI at a job interview is to negotiate your salary. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. I already lucked out on getting an interview. Why would I spoil that? Why would I rock the boat by bringing up the topic of salary? I've seen this many times in interviewing NRIs. They always hesitate to talk about salary. And that, my friends, is costing you tens and thousands of dollars. So today, I'm going to talk about how, as an NRI, we navigate the topic of salary negotiation at interviews successfully. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm your HR friend and career coach Sana, and this is a place where I talk about all things jobs, careers, and interviews, especially for NRIs and immigrants in countries like Australia, New Zealand, and other Western countries. I'm a recruiter with over 15 years of HR experience. 10 of those years I've spent exclusively in Australia as a recruiter, and I've got all the insider information that an NRI needs in terms of navigating jobs and career. And I'm here to support your corporate journey abroad. So if you've got a new job abroad, or if you're a student studying abroad and thinking of planning a career in a Western country, you've come to the right place. Follow along for more useful videos on how to navigate your corporate journey abroad successfully. The first step is to research and know your market rate. When you know your market rate, you can enter into a salary negotiation with lots of confidence and realistic expectations. Otherwise, you could end up selling yourself short and really hurt your financial goals in the longer run. And this could later lead to unsatisfied work as well. On the other hand, if you set your expectations too high, which is not in par with the market, the employer could simply ignore your request and look for other candidates who could fit their budget and the role. So it's important to find the right balance in terms of salary negotiation and what your expectation is, and that comes with due research and market knowledge. The next tip is to understand your worth beyond the job title. Remember, your worth is not just your job title, because you come with a lot more skills and experience and expertise and knowledge that could go well beyond that particular job title. So you could actually add more value to the company that you're going into. So show them what makes you unique, your strengths, your past successes, and how you can make a real difference. Mention your transferable skills that you've got from other roles, such as leadership, project management, or specific experience in cutting-edge technology. And always remember to quantify your achievements. Use metrics like sales growth, business development, cost savings, and increased efficiency to show the direct impact of your work. Highlight any specific knowledge or experience that you have acquired that is highly sought after. And this is going to put you in the right spot for a great salary deal. Address the overseas experience objection head on. One thing I've seen immigrants face in interviews is that the Western recruiters could dismiss, disregard, or discount your overseas experience simply because you've got experience in countries like India or other countries of Asia, or even anywhere else. But it is absolutely up to you to bring the recruiters back into context and remember to give the details of your job, and never ever let them dismiss or disregard that, because that is where most of your experience lies, and this is what you could use to leverage your salary negotiations. So never ever let down your experience in India or other countries. How you can handle it is basically translating all those experiences into terminologies used in Western countries, specifically in Australia. Name your skills and spell it out how you can transfer them into your new job. That's gonna let them understand that your experience is something that they cannot simply disregard, and it truly matters. Go into details about projects. Again, talk about the skills that you required to finish those projects, the knowledge you gain, the experience and the expertise you have because of that, and how you can implement those in the new role. And again, I've said this before in my other videos, but it's absolutely important to give context to the recruiters about the scale of the company that you worked for as well. So give them details about number of people in the teams, number of people in total who worked for the organization, and number of clients, and name a few clients as well. Timing is everything. Bringing up the salary part too early in the interview process might throw off the recruiters and throw the hiring process off track for you, unfortunately, and it could jeopardize your chances of getting that job. The best time to discuss salary is usually after the job offer has been made to you. This is when you're in the strongest position to negotiate your salary. So, timing your salary negotiation at the right time is important for maximum impact. So wait for a formal offer, because at this point the company has already invested lots of time and energy on you, and this gives you the upper hand to negotiate your salary. In my experience as a recruiter, when we do interviews, we usually bring up the salary topic almost at the end of the interview after the technical discussions are completed. So we give a salary range to the candidate and we let them know that we usually start at the first step of that salary range. This is one place where you could agree to a ballpark figure or perhaps the whole range and say that you are negotiable. But I would still suggest that you wait until a formal offer has been provided to you and then take up the salary negotiation to specific numbers. But if the salary discussion comes up too early in the interview, just avoid giving a specific salary detail to them and always commit to a range. And do mention that you will be able to finalize once the roles and responsibilities have been discussed in detail. Let them go first. This is a classic salary negotiation strategies, and vulnerable NRIs could easily fall for this. So this is especially important for immigrants who could underestimate their own market value. So if an interviewer asks what your salary expectation is too early in the recruitment process, it is absolutely fine to respond with something like, I'd love to understand the scope of the job, the roles and responsibilities before I could commit to a number, and then put them on the spot and ask them what the salary range for this position is. Most big companies in Australia have a set salary range for each role, and I'm sure it's similar for other Western countries as well. Some of them openly mention this in their job ads, while some of them can be a bit discreet. So when you look at the job ad before applying, it is absolutely on you to read every bit of information that is provided, including the salary range if it's mentioned in the job ad. Discussion about your previous job salary. See, as recruiters in Australia, we generally don't bring up the topic of previous salary because we understand that it may not be really relevant or applicable for our role. But I've seen that immigrants and NRIs have mentioned to me that sometimes recruiters do ask about their previous job salary. This could be more commonly prevalent in companies based out of the Asia Pacific regions. So in that case, you can gently and politely redirect your recruiters back into the current role that you are interviewing for and the roles and responsibilities associated with that particular role. And if pressed further, you can simply mention that your previous job salary might not accurately reflect your ability and your potential, and you have since upgraded to new skills, more experience and expertise that is more relevant to this particular job role, and that should usually do the trick. Consider the total package that is being offered. My suggestion here for NRIs is not to just look at the salary that is being offered, but also consider the whole package that is on offer. Sometimes this could include flexible working arrangements, superannuation, travel benefits, annual leave loading, professional development budgets allocated for you, and sometimes even health and wellness allowances. And all of these have real monetary value. So don't just be hell-bent on a particular number. If the salary offer doesn't work for you, ask for all these benefits as well. Be prepared for rejection, but stay professional. Not every salary negotiation will go your way, but sometimes how you handle a no can have a big impact on how you are perceived. So stay professional and don't be offended. Instead of getting defensive, ask for professional feedback, and you might be surprised how this can actually open doors for you in the future. If the company has budget restraints, then ask about performance-based bonuses, additional paid leave, or even stock options. So if the recruiter says that your expectation is too high, or the company doesn't have that budget, or if it doesn't fall under the salary range, you could provide your view that your skills and experience are based on current market rate and ask if there's any flexibility in budgets or other benefits. Usually at this stage, I know that recruiters don't want to lose impress you, so they will go that extra step to make that offer workable for you. Close the conversation on a positive note. If you're accepting the offer, make sure that you get everything in writing in a formal offer letter. Go through all the details in the offer letter before signing, and definitely express your enthusiasm for joining the company and excitement about starting the new role and contributing to the company's success. But if you're declining, please be polite and professional. Briefly explain your reason, such as you've got a better offer in another company, but don't get too personal or go on and on with your explanation as well. But definitely express your continued interest, saying that you are definitely interested for future opportunities, that you would love to work for that company, and hope to stay in touch for future potential roles as well. Trust me, as recruiters, we remember you and we will put you at the back of our minds, and we will reach out for other roles in the future as well. So to conclude, salary negotiation is not that hard. All you need is a little bit of preparation and you can take control of the conversation. Adapt these strategies into your salary negotiation talks next time and watch yourself becoming a pro at salary talks. Now, I want to hear from you. Has salary negotiation ever been hard for you during interviews? Have you been successful? What are the challenges that you met? I'd love to hear about your experience, so drop them in the comments. I'm going to check them out. And if this video helped you, please follow along, like and subscribe for more useful content, especially for NRIs and new immigrants in Western countries, Australia, New Zealand, the US, anywhere. I'm going to support you through your corporate work journey abroad. It genuinely helps me, but also helps people such as yourself who's sailing on the same boat. And if you want more content like this, check out my video about LinkedIn that I posted recently and let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one.